I'm going to show you how to make Link's red potion. First you need a bottle. You'll need a candy thermometer. I'm going to use gel wax because it'll melt and it's clear color. I bought red dye to obviously make it a red potion. You could buy blue or green or whatever color you'd like. And then some pots. I'm going to cut out some wax to go in the bottle. Since this is pretty small, I'm just going to cut out a little bit. As you can see, pretty clear looking stuff. It's kind of hard to cut through. This is weird. Gel wax. Do a little more. Okay, so I think that'll be enough for the bottle. You want the water depending on what you want. I'm going to get mine up to 250 degrees. According to the wax, let's see, heat on low temperature for 5 to 10 minutes or until the gel has liquefied. For more bubbles, pour at a lower temperature. For less bubbles, pour at a higher temperature. Do not exceed 260 degrees. So, I'm going to go for maybe 250 as my high. And we're just a little over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. While the water's boiling, I took the red dye out of the box, and what's nice is it comes with this. So you can easily drop in the red dye into the wax. And let's see. Slowly up to 220. Been forever for this to heat up, so I'm gonna try it at a little over 210 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll see how that works. I'm trying to go for no bubbles, so preferably at one of these higher temperatures in the 200s. Looks like the wax is starting to melt a little. Slowly melting. The wax is still melting. It's looking pretty liquidy at the moment. It does take a little bit of time for it to melt, so you got to be patient with this stuff. I would highly recommend wearing an oven mitt or just something on your hand that's mixing, because the steam coming out of here is very hot. So you want to protect your hand in case you don't want to get burned. But the wax is melting. It's looking pretty good. And you definitely don't want the wax to burn, so I suggest mixing it. Well, the wax looks pretty good. It's pretty liquidy. So right now I'm going to add in some red dye and mix it in to make red potion. And you don't even have to squeeze it, it just automatically starts dropping out. There's the red. Looks kind of orangey, so I think I'll add a little more red to it. That's looking really nice. Got a little more red. Really nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the oven. And I'm going to try and pour this. Already starting to harden. Crazy how fast this dries. Very cool, actually. So what I did was I cut out some more of the wax and I've stuck it in the pot because obviously the amount I used was not enough. It's barely filled to the halfway point. So I'm going to wait until that other wax melts and I'll add some more. Okay, the red wax that I just added is melted and I've added some dye to it, so it's looking pretty melted, pretty liquidy. There's still some pieces that need to melt, but it's pretty good. And I really do mean it with the oven mitts. This stuff is so hot. I can feel the heat on my t-shirt. So definitely be careful when you're doing this, or have a parent around or somebody to help you if you feel like you need that. Okay. Let's try. I'm going to turn that off. Well, as you can hear, this is really hot, so instantly the water in the kettle, the kettle is boiling. My goodness. Sadly, that had more bubbles to it than the first round I did. But that's how I made my red potion. And you can do it in other colors and make your own. If you have any questions, please comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks!